Strange New Worlds foreshadowed Season 2 Star Trek musical in the show's second-ever episode. It's been more than a year and a half since the last episode of Star Trek, Strange New Worlds Season 2 came out, wrapping up the season with a nail-biting cliffhanger. The combined WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes meant that filming for Strange New Worlds Season 3 was delayed and didn't wrap up until May of 2024. As of right now, Paramount Plus has not set a release date for Season 3, but they have released some photos and teasers of Strange New Worlds Season 3's huge cast. What makes Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 so exciting is just how amazing Season 2 was. Strange New Worlds Season 2 episodes like Under the Cloak of War and Those Old Scientists set the bar high for next season, both in terms of comedy and drama. But the most iconic episode of Strange New Worlds has to be Season 2, Episode 9, Subspace Rhapsody, Star Trek's first musical episode. While Subspace Rhapsody was totally new for Star Trek, it didn't come totally out of left field. Strange New Worlds has been laying the groundwork for Subspace Rhapsody since the beginning. Strange New Worlds Episode 2 set up its Star Trek musical episode. Star Trek Strange New Worlds' second-ever episode set up its eventual musical. Strange New Worlds Season 1, Episode 2, Children of the Comet, saw then Cadet Nyota Uhura Celia Rose Gooding solve a communication problem with an alien species through song. Ultimately, Lieutenants Spock, Ethan Peck, Sam Kirk, Dan Jean-luc, and Lane Noonien Singh Christina Chong have to harmonize with Cadet Uhura to escape from the comet. This early instance of singing established that some of the main Strange New Worlds cast can sing, thus laying the groundwork for Subspace Rhapsody. But more important than just establishing the Strange New Worlds cast's musical chops, Children of the Comet set up Subspace Rhapsody at a more thematic level. At the start of the episode, Cadet Uhura felt uncertain about her commitment to Starfleet, but through music she was able to not only demonstrate her unique problem-solving abilities, but also to process her feelings when words failed her. This is an almost perfect thematic setup for the Star Trek musical. Children of the Comet was an overture for what was to come in Subspace Rhapsody. In Subspace Rhapsody, characters like Lieutenant Lane Noonien Singh have to get in touch with emotions they struggled to express all season, just like Cadet Uhura in Strange New Worlds Season 1. Furthermore, now Ensign Uhura gets the opportunity to use a combination of music and linguistics to once again save the USS Enterprise. In many ways, Children of the Comet was an overture for what was to come in Subspace Rhapsody. Don't expect a musical episode in Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3, but no matter how fun and how popular Subspace Rhapsody was, it is highly unlikely that there will be another musical episode in Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3. For one thing, it would simply feel gimmicky for Star Trek to repeat the same trick so close together. Out of more than 900 episodes across the entire Star Trek franchise, Subspace Rhapsody is the only musical. There is no way Paramount Plus would do the same bit twice in the same show. When Star Trek Strange New Worlds boldly went where no Trek series had gone before, into full-blown musical territory in Season 2 Subspace Rhapsody, reactions ranged from delighted surprise to skeptical amusement. But if you think the musical was a sudden genre experiment out of nowhere, look closer. The roots of Trek's most tuneful hour were subtly planted much earlier, all the way back in Strange New Worlds' second episode, Children of the Comet. That's right, one of the show's earliest hours featured unexpected elements that, in retrospect, act as a quiet foreshadowing of the franchise's first full musical episode. The signs were all there: music as a literal universal language, Uhura's unique vocal talents saving the day, and a cosmic event that responds to harmony rather than violence. The seeds of Subspace Rhapsody were cleverly hidden in this foundational episode, a move that shows the creators of Strange New Worlds had long been thinking about expanding the tonal limits of what Trek could be. A musical problem requires a musical solution. Children of the Comet centers on a seemingly immovable space rock destined to wipe out a pre-warp civilization, unless the crew of the Enterprise can alter its course. But this comet isn't just a hunk of ice and rock. It's protected by an ancient force, and it sings. When Cadet Nyota Uhura is drawn into the mystery surrounding the comet, she discovers that it emits harmonic signals that resemble musical phrases. Communication with the entity is not possible through standard starfeet channels, only through melody, pitch, and harmony. If that sounds familiar, it should. In Subspace Rhapsody, the Enterprise crew finds themselves in a pocket of subspace where emotions manifest as spontaneous musical numbers. The phenomenon is explained mostly through technobabble, but the real message is the same as in Children of the Comet. Music transcends boundaries. It becomes a tool of understanding, communication, and even revelation. Both episodes present music not just as entertainment or performance, but as a powerful cosmic force, something embedded in the structure of reality itself. Uhura's voice, a consistent throughline. Nyota Uhura's musical talents are key to both episodes. In Children of the Comet, she is hesitant about her place on the Enterprise and unsure whether she truly belongs in Starfleet. But her ability to analyze and understand the comet's harmonic language, aided by her own singing voice, becomes the crew's best shot at survival. Her solo performance in the mess hall, while modest, becomes the key to decoding a language older than most civilizations. Fast forward to Subspace Rhapsody, and Uhura is once again front and center. Her solo number, Keep Us Connected, becomes a thematic and emotional turning point for the episode. It's no accident that she's the first to see the bigger picture and help bring the crew back together. In both episodes, her voice is more than literal, it's symbolic of communication, empathy, and hope. And the writers clearly saw that power early on. Children of the Comet doesn't just foreshadow the musical episode and plot, it sets the tone by showcasing Uhura as a character whose connection to music is her superpower. Harmony as a cosmic principle. Another detail that ties the two episodes together is the idea that the universe itself responds to music. In Children of the Comet, the object is protected by shepherds who revere it as divine. When the Enterprise tries to blast their way to a solution, it backfires. But when they sing their way into communication, using harmony and musical phrases, the comet not only listens, but changes course to spare the alien world. This concept returns in Subspace Rhapsody. The musical subspace fold is sensitive to emotional dissonance. When the crew sings in alignment with their feelings, the universe responds. When they resist their inner truths, chaos erupts. Music isn't just aesthetic, it's a reflection of balance, both personal and universal. By showing in Episode 2 that the cosmos itself might be built on frequencies and harmonies, Strange New Worlds quietly laid the groundwork for the Season 2 musical. The foundation was philosophical as much as it was narrative. A risk worth taking, and one that was teased all along. It's easy to see Subspace Rhapsody as an experiment, a one-time diversion into genre territory Trek had never explored. But when you rewatch Children of the Comet, it becomes clear that the series was willing to stretch genre expectations from the beginning. That second-ever episode was filled with bold storytelling risks. The idea that music could shape reality, the refusal to resolve conflict through violence, and a story anchored by a character's artistic gift rather than a phaser or warp core. That's why the musical didn't feel jarring for many longtime fans. Sure, it was unexpected, but it was also earned.